Alright, so now I bought the parts over here. So I'm gonna start by installing the brush roll, and this is a little kit I ordered. It's like 20 bucks. Belt, brush roll, filters, all that stuff. So let's start by putting on the brush roll on this vacuum. And the filter, I mean not the filter, the belt. So let's get that on. Loop that around. Get this on. Alright. So that's on and spinning properly. So now I'm going to get the cover on. I did kind of try to mess with the plastic piece aligning, but I didn't manage to get it, but it'll close anyway, so who cares. Alright, so now we can start by putting in the main screws in the unit. And in the beginning of the video, the shark did not have all its screws, so I have some of these other Phillips ones that fit just fine. So I'm only going to put a couple at a time and screw those on. Torque this thing down. We don't want to strip out any screws, especially on this shark. Yeah, those fit in just fine. Alright, so now I gotta put in the rest of the screws in here, and I think a couple smaller screws go on here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now let's grab this other screw. Okay. We got that on. We can put in the rest of the screws in here. Okay. So I think we got them all. Actually, I got one more. And that should be it. Actually, never mind. I forgot there's still 2 more screws at the very back of it. I have no clue why Shark uses so much screws. Maybe the part of the problem is because they don't want you repairing the actual thing, but... So now this is going to take me a minute to struggle with to try and align these screws to get in here. And this is kind of a little space to try and align the screws. Here I might direct it with the screwdriver. Okay, got that one. Okay. So now that we got all this on, brush was spinning properly, the head is on. So I'm gonna get the little hose on. Gonna line that up with the two little notches, and those should click in and be held in. Get that on with the swivels and the vacuum. So, alright, that's on. So that's the power nozzle done. So now let's start putting in the filters and putting together the main body of the vacuum. But before we start doing that, we're going to replace the cord hook on the lower cord hook on this Shark. You can't see that is missing. So we're going to remove the screw. Take that off. And I did get new cord hooks for it, so. Okay, see, they even came with screws, which is nice. Okay, so. Do I need the cord hook first? Yes, I do. Is this the top one? Okay, now I got it. Alright, so that goes just like that, and that screws down. So the longer one is for the bottom one, I'm guessing. So that's the bottom one. So now we're gonna get the extension one cord hook, because this one is cracking. But from what I see is the top of it is on the wand is actually cracking. But you know, since I have a second set, I'll replace it and see if it'll maybe fix it, which probably won't. But so now I'm gonna do the same process. Just remove the top one. Yeah, that's actually cracked on top. Is it? Or is it the cord hook itself? Yeah, no, that's the plastic that's cracked that the cord hook goes onto. And yeah, alright. So it's a good thing I ordered these. And that goes on just like this. I don't know if there's a certain way. No, there's not. And that goes on. That slides in. And that's in, spinning, and that's on. So, alright, so now we're gonna start putting in the filters. I did clean up this canister pot off camera when I first got it, so I did do some cleaning on it. So now I can put in the filters. So you have your pre-motor and your bottom filter, and they'll sit in just like that. Alright. Now I'm going to get a HEPA filter on. Maybe without dropping it. That's a nice new HEPA filter. Alright. Let's get the cover on. Come on, get in there. Alright, there we go. So now I got the cover on. So now I got the hose, and that just slides in just like that. Clicks in both sides. Then you take the top of the hose and slide it in here. Then we grab it and we slide it onto the power nozzle. Just like that. So there's the assembly process of the Shark. So now off camera, I'm going to give it some vac polish. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more. I'm gonna give it a run test. Alright guys, so now let's run it and see how this thing runs.